All right. We are here. We are live. 3 times 3 equals 30. What does that mean? It means we got 10 decks. We're going to do 3 cards off the bottom from each deck randomly. And it should be 30 cards. But if you ever listen to Steve's Love Tarot, he says 3 quick cards with me. I don't think one of them is just 3 cards. Okay, so I had a bunch of cards fall on the floor. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to do that, what they told me to do in Astro. But since the cards fell on the floor, let's go ahead and do them first. So the cards that fell on the floor is Time is Now, the World card, and I can't get away from this World card. I think it's every single day. We have a bunch of shorts I just did. I'm not going to get into them. We've got Ozzy Osbourne, Mama, I'm Coming Home, a new singer that I never heard of before, Oren Earthia, and the song is called You. You can check out my latest shorts. Yesterday was Megadeth. Okay, so the time is now, and it's our world mission. That's exactly what's going on. Okay, Las Vegas may be specific. It says welcome to, so maybe somebody's going. That's what I'm hearing. Going to Las Vegas. Moving to Las Vegas is what I hear. Okay. So you have a world mission. We're at all different places in our world mission. And we have the 4 of Swords. Okay. The first thing I saw in here was enemy. But it actually says energy. So let's see why the 4 of Swords would be an enemy. Okay, they're telling me that there's a deep transmutation going on, and you are renewing, you are finding self-love, you are finding self-forgiving, you're resting, you're slowing down, and you're healing. That's all required for your world mission, and the time is now. But I saw enemy up here. So they're just warning you that whoever is coming in and trying to mess with your 4 of Swords, cut them out. Okay? Cut them out. All right? So that was the first deck there. And then randomly there's a Devil energy on the other half of the deck that didn't fall on the floor. So that's a message all in itself, right? This is going to be like kind of 10 mini messages is what I'm hearing. So this should be a good one, huh? Okay, randomly at the bottom of the deck is the King of Chalices. So we're talking about a King of Cups here. We're talking about a 9 of Pentacles. So the King of Cups is headed towards his 9 of Pentacles, which is abundance. And then we have the 7 of Cups. And he has lots of options, and he's not confused anymore because of the fact that I'm drawn to him kneeling at the doorway. Okay, and I'm also drawn to the color. This is my new favorite color. It's a white gold, shiny like the sun. Okay, so I see him kneeling at the door. Who's kneeling? The Emperor. The King of Cups. Now I called him an Emperor, but it is the King of Cups card. But he's in his Emperor mode, and it's all about love. So what I'm seeing is he's kneeling at the door and saying, I'm not settling for less. I'm done contemplating. That was yesterday, King of Swords. Okay, yesterday's video. Mama, I'm coming home is what I hear he's singing. And I'm also hearing him sing with the Nine of Cups. I'm hearing him sing the song You with the Nine of Grains. And I probably called it a cups because it is his wish. It is his desire. Okay. Now, the Bible verse we have on here is Matthew 4, verse 9. And this I will give you, he said, if you bow down and worship me. Okay? I feel that's your opposition, is because you're bowing down to the wrong thing. If you look at the shorts with you, there was a part that said shadow, toxic, work. You'll have to rewatch it. The shorts video that says Ancient One. Okay? That's because that song to me is about the Ancient One, and this card is just backing it up, where he's singing, Mama, I'm coming home, and right now he's worshiping the wrong things. So he's on his knees and he's giving up. He contemplated yesterday, and today he's given up. And he's saying, you know what? If I want to go towards my abundance, my Nine of Pentacles and my Nine of Cups, then I need to be the King of Cups and bow down before God, not Pentacles. Okay, that was a great reading there. All right, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the Mage Tarot deck, which randomly at the bottom we have the King of Wands, the King of Questing. So he's moving forward with his quest. Now don't forget, if you're a girl listening to this, it's your masculine twin ancient counterpart, or it's your masculine side. It doesn't have to be specifically, oh, this doesn't relate, because all of my readings relate. I don't believe in that saying, take what you resonate and leave the rest. No. Everything relates. You just got to figure out, you got to go deeper and figure out how it relates to you. My readings are very deep. They're not for the shallow. So we got the King of Questing, the Emperor, and again, the same exact message coming out. This is just the King of Wands. Remember that all four kings make an emperor, and I said it was the emperor that was kneeling down. He's went through all four kings. He's got lots of options. There's the option card again. He's not confused anymore. This is now where he's surrendering, and he's just like the card that he was on his knees. This is, he's just gave up. He's gave up and said, Lord, you take this. Universe, you take this. He's not confused no more. He's getting out of the toxic work situation. He's getting out of the toxic shadow that he was in. And he has decided that now he's going to go ahead and move forward. Okay, so that was kind of a repeating message there. Okay, then we have the Three of Wands, the Four of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles. And this was the other day's reading, wasn't it? So we've got the Four of Swords. That's that healing card that I said, you're done healing, but don't let anybody else come in and trip you up and slow you down. And I saw enemy up here instead of energy. So it's just repeating that message that there's celebration, but your hard work, they want to talk about your hard work paying off. It was a toxic situation. Earth is a toxic situation. We've had to do things all our life to get our pentacles. That's over. We're in the love stage now. We're in finding our ancient one now. We're going back to who we were now. If you're still in that pentacle mode, if you're still in that mode of getting rich, no. Your hard work is going to pay off. And the Three of Wands energy is what I want to talk about. That came up a lot lately, and they want me to read you something out of here. Randomly, I opened to the Queen of Wands, and we just had the King of Questing, which is the King of Wands. So let's see what they want to talk about. I am expectant and optimistic, and I know my dream is on the way. So absolutely, energy manifested, waiting for the results of your effort. The arrival of opportunities. Finally, understanding your ambitions. Continuous improvement, moving in the right direction and progress. Absolutely, 100%. Your hard work is paying off, but if you're in that toxic situation, you got to make a decision. Two of Swords was underneath that. You have to make a decision to move forward. Okay? And the moving forward is where he's surrendering with his hands up, and then he's on his knees in front of his creator. We've got relocating, a new home, and ancestors are helping you. So this is a great message because somebody's going to make a physical move. Didn't you remember I said moving to Las Vegas? Welcome. Okay? But anyways, that's not for everybody. Relocating, it's a physical move. And you need to do that. You need to go to a new home and get rid of the old energy. And your ancestors are helping you with that. Okay? They're helping you with that. Just like I'm liquidating everything, I have no plans to move, but if I do move, I can be out of here in a minute, right? Okay. Now, we had this card earlier for the shorts, Into the Valley of Darkness. And then after it was the Emperor card. And that's very specific for this reading. This reading is all about the Emperor changing. Yesterday was all about the Emperor finishing his contemplation. Today is all about the Emperor changing. He's coming out, see, walking out of the Valley of Darkness. Look at that. That was from the shorts today. Still in the same order. And then it's awkward, and it's an awkward silence, but it's happening. Okay, good. Kudos for my Emperor. Okay, then we have money, challenge, sensitivity. And that's just what I said before. Your money has been a challenge because you've been getting it through a toxic situation. And now that you're on a higher vibe and a higher level, it's affecting you. So you're being sensitive now. You no longer can screw these people over. You no longer can sign contracts that you don't want to sign, right? Challenges with money. Can you depend on your heart and on love and just go forward knowing that God will take care of you? 5D and higher, we don't have money. So I don't focus on money anymore. But yeah, for 30 years, I was a self-employed landlord. Okay, so we're doing our Two of Cups, our soul contract. We have to stay in love, right? He's got the flowers in hand and the horse in the background, right? But he's still sitting, Knight of Cups. And he's still contemplating, Five of Cups. The plan is still in order. But as we heard yesterday, the contemplation's actually over. So the soul contract is recognized. And you see the two hands together. They're holding each other's hands. And one of the hands looks like a skeleton because it's your ancient one. It's from way back when. Do you remember your first love? Okay, so the Tower, the Lovers, Justice. Okay, doesn't get better than that, does it? The Tower has happened. You've seen the light. You know that love should overwin Pentacles. Justice has been played out. Your soul contract was rewritten, and it's time to move forward. Okay, and then the last deck we have is St. Michael says, shield yourself. God is in charge. You're guarded and protected. So shielding yourself is just basically going back to the very first message where don't let anybody come in. Don't let the enemy, remember enemy, not energy, enemy energy come in and slow you down, because you're going through a renewal process and a transmutation, and it's deep. Okay? But you're guarded and protected, and God is in charge. So, again, back to where he's kneeling in front of the doorway to the universe. What a super message. So, yesterday and today was focused a lot on the Emperor, the DM side, but again, I explained to you that it could be your DM side, it could be your DM, but the whole point of this message to me, and with the shorts, is Mama, I'm coming home, and then the Ancient One is talking about you're finding your real twin, your real Ancient One. Don't settle for less. You're already together in 5D and higher, and I think what they're trying to tell you is that finally your hard work paid off, finally you're healed, and now's the time to reap the reward of your soul contract. Do you think that you wrote a soul contract that was, oh, I'm going to date my neighbor, or, oh, I'm going to settle for less? No, when we write our soul contracts, and especially when we rewrite our soul contracts, we make them, I want the best for me, and I'm not settling for less. I'm not going backwards, and I'm not settling. 8 of Pentacles, I've come too far. Okay, so that's your message. Very deep, very good. Thank you guys for being on the live. I've got Kimberly, Stefan, and Elda that I see right now. I don't watch the live, but sometimes I shout it out, and I'm shouting you out. So, peace, love, you guys. I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening.